Hello everyone and welcome to Juraikken Does It Anyway, the channel where everything is made up and the views don't matter. That's right, the views are just like winning an argument with a woman. Doesn't matter if you win or lose, you always lose. Take it from me, men. I'm married. Anyway, welcome back to Torment, Tides of Numenera. This game is... My videos of this game have been getting a lot of popularity and views. Even though the views don't matter, they don't, but but a lot more people want to see more of it, so I'm going to make more videos. So let's load the game. Here we go. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk to this guy. The Genocide. This burly armor-clad figure stands almost motionless as you approach. He regards you silently through his singular eye. The studs on his arms and the blades on his shoulders are stained and pitted with age. When he speaks, his voice is muffled and artificial, a hollow gumble that emanates from the entirety of the helmet. I am the Genocide. If you ask, I must answer, pass on, then, and exchange no words. Who are you? I am a blade that cannot cut, a weapon that cannot strike, a living monument to failure. He shifts his weight. You hear the frown in his voice. I was converti of the Tabat. They call me one of the Black Three. They took my name to mean death in a dozen extinct tongues. They gave me the titles of Orphan Maker, Hope Smasher, Death's Child. My armies blackened the earth. Oh, look at that guy. He's blue. Sorry, ADD. My armies blackened the earth and the skies. My cultists scoured the land. Domination was my duty. He gestures. All this, it was to have been mine in stewardship for the future of my people. It was promised, but now, his arms falls back to its side. Now I am the Genocide, a relict, the last of my kind. Okay, you said you were the last of your kind. Why? I know of no others. Second Vanders is dead. Haran Ain was destroyed. The Underspine has fallen. My people are destroyed utterly, and our servant God speaks to us no longer. The clean lines of order and the glory of battle have forsaken us. He pauses. The rest are dust. We rose against a superior foe, and were outmatched. Only I remain to tell the story of the Tabahat. You said you have to answer if asked. Why? From within the helmet you hear a grinding noise, the sound of teeth gnashing amplified. Then the voice again, bleak. We sat at the river's edge, and we wept for the time that was. We saw nothing more to conquer, and yet our fears still drove us. We had conquered the land, purged its impurities, made it ours. Still, we wanted more. When we heard that humans had come to carve a home, we rejoiced to have a new foe, a new test of our truth. We rode against them. We drove them to the forge of the night sky, to the valley of Mirajoliois, to the dangers of the Black Riage. But those who built their home atop these ruins, they thwarted us, time and again, and so we brought our strongest constructs, our deadliest warriors to the bay. We ringed the city. We entered the human settlement. We fought past barricades and traps. Some of our constructs are still here, silent and dead. But when we thought we had achieved our greatest victory... Oh gosh. He lowers his head. A powerful Nano saved them. With his magics, he called upon the strength of the ancients and captured us. I thought my life was at an end. But he imprisoned me in slow time, trapped me in my body, used machines to paralyze my will. I still remember our glories, and I see the faded future in front of me, and I am powerless to act. The memories of our triumphs remain always at the forefront of my mind, and I must answer the mocking questions of these people, or suffer. Wow, that's pretty intense of a story. Wow, then I got 8 answers, or 8 responses. You seem very calm for someone who has been imprisoned for centuries. Yeah, that's a good answer. I have been defeated. I have nothing to fight for. My captor gelded me with a tool they made to dampen my natural urges. I can remember the actions. I can recall the glory, but I feel shame, regret. I am weakened, but not by my volition. The Genocide squeezes his fist. What does it matter? Those who stood against me are all dead. I am victorious. I no longer fight with a blade. My weapon is time. He leans in closer. I do not die. I cannot be wounded. I am held like a beetle in sap. Why would I not be? Serene. He settles back. The underspine spoke of my destiny. I was to wage war unto the edge of the universe, but the universe keeps going, and so, it seems, must I. Someday I will be free. Someday. Until then, I am incorruptible. Seems like also you are valuable. You mentioned the Tabat. Who or what are they? Or is it Tabat? I'm just emphasizing the H for no reason. My people, his voice is forlorn. Great warriors. We owned this land. We served the underspine, and it served us. We sought truth and victory. We ascended to Epiphany. We were pure, incorruptible, indivisible, even in disunity. We found strength in one another and proved it with bloody blades, but we fell, and the underspine fell. And so, too late, we learned a new truth, but I carry the old ways as a seed within my heart. Cool. Okay. That's enough for me. No, I wish you no good tidings. How rude. Anyway. Let's take a look at this thing again. Or this is not the same one. This machine towers above you like a dagger driven into the ground by a giant. It seems much older than the surrounding buildings. Your hands itch to touch the array of dark panels scattered around the machine as though they have touched them before. Examine the device. You note at least 20 different known technologies melded into this once functional generator. Once again, you notice the circonate symbol etched into the side like a maker's mark. Oh, that's the same answer. Leave the generator alone. Well, alright then. Now, what was my mission again? I forgot. Hello, journal. Oh, it's frozen. I forgot. It does this. Excuse me. Okay. Fix the resonance chamber. Activate the resonance chamber. Fight away. Okay. Survive the fall from blah blah blah. The sorrow seeks. Okay. Since the resonance, I'm supposed to find someone who can fix it. And it has to be someone in... What did Otero say? I forgot. Well, you're not going to be able to miss them, he says, smirking. They're camped around that weird clock on the other side of the square. What do you want with those carkers, anyway? They owe you something? I just need to ask them a few questions. Fair enough, he says, shrugging. Even carkers get it right sometimes. Okay, goodbye. So, on the other side of the... Okay, let's bring up the map. On the other side of that clock-looking thing. I'm assuming he's talking about over here. So let's try going there. Oops, not that way. Come on. Let's come over here. Ooh, something's happening. Look, look, it's one of the Death Chanter's vessels. Ah, can it be? What fortune, what joy! Casmine will want to see you, vessel, and Mimian too. Hey, that's right. Where's Casmine and Mimian? Cultist. Okay, where are these people that you speak of? Oh, there they are. Here we go. As you approach the duo, you see that they are arguing heatedly, but quietly. The petite woman turns toward you. Her hair is unusual, a light, almost yellow color, and her bright eyes dominate her pretty face. Excuse me, sir. My friend and I were having a discussion, and Her eyes fall upon your tattoo, and her breath catches audibly in her throat. Her partner is an unnaturally tall man, gaunt and sour-faced, his voice sonorous with fingers that twitch and weave through strange contortions. Occasional light sparks in the air as he does. He seems intent on continuing the argument, and he hasn't noticed her pause. We know about the time shields. Everyone in the city does. But ask a random passerby about his lesser-known deeds, and you will receive at best a blank stare. Watch. He turns to you and opens his mouth to speak, registers your tattoo, and closes it again. His throat bobs for a moment, and he says, "It is an honor." He collects himself. "If I might impose on your time for a moment, will you tell me about your tattoo? How did you shape it? Do you know why it differs from the others?" I don't know much about my tattoo. What does it mean to you? Others? You mean other cast-offs. What do you mean, shape it? I don't. Tattoos stay the same. What does it mean to you? You have been touched by the changing God, she whispers. His mind sheltered in you. He shares his dreams, his power with your mind. And when he left your body, he created you, she swallows. The tattoo marks you, all of you, with his symbol. It grows and changes as you mature so that it becomes your symbol instead. There are more of you, they call you cast-offs. She cocks her head, studying you. You are welcome here, revered one. We stand ready to serve as we can. Have you any questions for us? Okay, who are you? He considers your words before answering, a thoughtful pause. I am Mimian. I am one of the leaders of the cult of the changing god in Sagas Cliffs, and my primary duty is as chief archivist. Chief archivist. That sounds better. My colleague is Kazmine. She is responsible for the day-to-day administration of our encampment. What can you tell me about the city? The city your sire built and defended, the cradle of civilization, the center of the empire of knowledge? His eyebrows rise, and his slow tone is effusive. It is among the great creations of humanity in the Ninth World. Built on the foundations laid by unknown creators, it has risen to become one of the preeminent cities on Garavia Sound. He pauses. It is somewhat diminished in these later years, to be sure. Perhaps if the changing god were to return to lead us to glory... Okay. Do you know anything about the sorrow? She shudders and touches herself ritualistically on the forehead and on her lips. A monster of deepest nightmare. I have heard that it wants you dead. Every one of the Holy One's creations, all dead. I don't know why, but it hates you. Let's see. What can you tell me about my sire? You mean the most accomplished inventor of our time? The hero of Sagas Cliffs? The man who dodged death itself? The Time Weaver? The man who destroyed the Tabat? Oh, we have so much to say, she catches herself, but perhaps we should wait for another time. Do you know anything about a device called a resonance chamber? Here we go. Rumor and conjecture, nothing more, idle speculation from those who wish to pretend to knowledge. From those who wish to pretend to knowledge of your sire's motivations. Yeah, you guys can forgive me for mispronouncing some words. They got a straight up wrong, sentence structure here. Anyway. From those who wish to pretend to knowledge of your sire's motivations, passed along as fact. He leans out to touch you. Have you seen it? Do you know where it is? What it does? The resonance chamber is in the Reef of Fallen Worlds, under a broken dome. Okay. Truly? Oh, Mim. We should organize an exploratory party. Just think. We might be among the first to touch it. And perhaps to learn something from it. His voice is as a gentle rebuke. We should focus on uncovering and celebrating his hidden accomplishments, Cass, not prancing around his existing creations like superstitious savages. He waves his finger, and with that, an epiphany seems to break in his mind. He looks sharply at you now. All distraction gone. I do not recognize you, he says. You do not match any descriptions we have recorded. She snaps her fingers as if she's finally figuring out a mystery. Wait. Let me remember your face. She studies you carefully. Oh my. You're new. Are you the changing god? Can it be? She reaches out to touch your sleeve and pulls her hand back quickly. Yes. I'm just gonna go with it. I am the changing god. He gives a short, curt nod, and then he studies you carefully. Tell me, truly, please, do not deceive us, for we will know. Are you the changing god himself, incarnate here before us? Gone too far now. I am. You're not a cast-off. Not one of his children, she breathes. I knew it! Her hungry eyes are adoring. She hardly seems to blink. Cass, I would welcome the opportunity to question our inspiration directly, but kindly remember that we have been deceived before. He turns to address you. If you truly are he, perhaps you can settle this question for us. He gestures toward the clock behind him. Oh. Dark figures circumambulate these clock faces. I theorize that your creation of the time shields that protected this city established a connection with your future selves, or perhaps your wisdom brought them here. Whatever the truth, we believe those figures may be cast-offs, or ghosts of cast-offs, perhaps the living shells of the bodies you have worn previously. His fingers shrug eloquently for him, but the clock is unmoored in time, you see. We do not have a knowledge sufficient to investigate, but you might. You created the clock. If you are who you claim, you should be able to align it with the present time and uncover who these figures are. Okay, I will. We have tried ourselves. I have appealed to the order of truth. I have spoken with eminent seekers of knowledge. We have sent for wisdom from as far as the steadfast. A great achievement, you must agree. None have given us an answer. Perhaps, dismay dances across his fingers, perhaps memory of your creation will come to you. His hungry-eyed compatriot steps in. Perhaps you can find an answer where others have failed. You will have our boundless gratitude. Revered one, you had questions about the resonance chamber, you said. We can help you, but first you must investigate the clock and the figures inside it, or else, she trails off, or else we must turn from your words. Okay, best of luck, revered one. We await your insight. Alrighty. Let's take a look-see here. This complex machine towers over you. Its purpose is unclear, but the three circular faces set into the ground remind you of clocks. Something is wrong with the machine. However, it's particularly transparent, shimmering in the air when you look directly at it. The clock faces seem to show several different times at once. Humanoid silhouettes ripple beneath the central clock face. One places his hand against the face as though it were a glass wall. They seem to be watching you. Okay, let's examine the machine. The towering mechanism wavers in the air, similar to Callistigae. It appears to be in several states at once, though all of the machine states appear to be in the exact same location. You can't touch it either. Your hand passes right through the structure. When he said similar to Callistigae, I think that's a key. I need to talk to Callistigae and see why she is the way she is. Maybe that'll help me answer. Oh, something's happening. As you pull your hand away, a memory strikes you as powerfully as if someone took a club to your chest. You are working at the clock. It is no longer transparent, but perfectly solid. There is a noise behind you, so they've come, the three traitors. They think to surprise you, but through the powers of the clock, you have foreseen this moment. There's the faintest sound of metal sliding against leather. You slap a hand on the central clock face, activating the clock's arcane powers. You're not sure what it will do to them, but it's better than what they'll do to you. There's a flash. Arcs of energy stretch out from the clock over your shoulders to your would-be attackers. You don't see what happens to them, but they quickly disappear along with their screams. As the last shreds of the memory fade, a swirl of energy passes through your body. Cold barbs prick every muscle. Suddenly, tidal forces arc from your body to 3 other locations in the cultist encampment. The machine recognized something inside you, or maybe vice versa. Either way, you have inadvertently activated several nearby devices. Reach for the silhouetted figures. Your hand passes straight through the clock face, the figures, and the entire structure. It's as if the entire machine wasn't even there. Step away from the clock. So, let's talk to Callistike. Yes, child. What's your story? Oh, you know, this and that. Lady raised in high society becomes renowned intellectual, goes on to humiliate her peers, etc. She glances at you as if gouging your interest. Of course, I am exceptional, but my story is less so. It would bore you to tears, no doubt. Who are all these echoes of you? They are me. We are part of each other, sisters across infinite realities. We share our experiences and power. What is that old saying, that experience brings wisdom? I must be the wisest person in Sagas Cliffs, the wisest across countless worlds. Her laughter peals out. Where did you grow up? Why, here. She holds out her hands and completes a graceful pirouette. The walls of Sagas were my cage until, like a bird, I took flight. Figuratively, you understand. I speak of knowledge, not mere physical movement. I grew beyond the grand library in short order and was soon writing texts for it myself. What did you study? Oh, everything. She seems surprised by her question. Everything I could get my hands on. The skies, the earth, the water, the secrets of life itself. She smiles fondly at a memory she chose not to share. Then one day I came across a theory of alternate worlds. Again. Not merely those that came before, but those that exist now, and which continue to exist. I rather think your sire may have had something to do with it. Needless to say, it became my main point of study, and here we are. That's all I wanted to do. Okay. Let's talk to this person again. As much as I would like to help you achieve your goals, my partner sent you a test to investigate the figures within the clock. I cannot offer you 8 before it's done. So, it said I inadvertently activated a bunch of other stuff. Let's look at this one. As you approach this device, Circus Minor is thrown into chaos. Buildings are on fire. People are screaming and running for their lives, while armored soldiers hunt them. None of them seem to pay attention to you, though. It's some kind of vision, not reality. You glance down at the device. A series of images flit across its surface. They don't appear related to the changes around you. You see faces of other people in places, all of them familiar. Look more closely at the changes around you. Circus Minor is under attack. Squads of armored soldiers roam the streets, hunting and killing anyone they find. Mobs of people flee in terror, with only a few helpless souls trying and failing to fight them off. The soldiers are completely encased in jagged metal armor. You can't even tell if they're human. Looking beyond the carnage, the square in this vision looks wildly different. Many of the buildings that are on fire don't exist at all when you step away from the device, having been replaced by other structures. Examine the images on the surface of the device. As soon as you focus on them, you feel a warmth on your head where your tattoo is. The images respond to your thoughts, slowing and changing at your whim. It's something about your body that allows you to do this, which perhaps means that only you can even see the images. You immediately recognize the pictures as pieces of memory, specifically the 3 memories you saw back in the fathoms of your mind. Oh, here we go. Look at the memory in the underwater city. The memory is recent. Two men, both with tattoos like your own, are in an underwater city searching for something. So this is back when I was putting together my skills for my character, and I had to touch those white orbs to see a memory. I was able to choose an action, and that would give me the skill. And so these stories is what the memories that are coming back up. Two men searching for something. The denizens of the city chase them from the artifact they seek and ultimately surround and capture them. As you review the memory, you get a strange feeling in your mind that you can only describe as a query. The device wants something from you. Suddenly you remember the memories in the device are possibilities, but you can lock one of the memories here, so it is the only one that displays. You don't remember what purpose that served, though. I'm going to leave the device alone, because that's kind of crazy. So, I still got to figure out how to work this clock. Okay, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to leave this video here, because, man, even though I didn't do much, there's a lot of talking, so it took up a lot of time. But thanks for watching, guys. That's the end of the video just for today. I will continue this, no worries. Please drop a like, drop a comment, click the subscribe button to see more, and see y'all later. Oh, look at that guy. He's blue. Pretty intense of a story. Oh, there they are. Yes.